This is my everyday car. I drive it everywhere. I've done 1,000 miles in the last 2 weeks in it.
Mike,
Well,
why scimitars? I mean, I've got to say, I've always thought them was a bit of a posh girl's capri.
no, they're much better than that. They're just out of the box.
Well, it's the Princess Anne thing.
Oh no. They knock a Capri out of the hat.
You reckon?
Yeah, absolutely. The chassis was designed by an Aston Martin engineer. Out of the box, they're brilliant. They got coilovers, discs on the front. They got 4 trailing arm suspension.
True. Bill from Practical Performance Car here, and this video is brought to you in conjunction with AliExpress. This is the Foxwell GT60 OBD scanning tool. It's a tablet-based scanner with a dongle that plugs into your OBD port, and it runs on Android, so anyone who's used to using a mobile phone is going to be able to use one of these pretty easily. Inside the box we've got in here a power supplies, various different plugs for different parts of the world. There's the actual power supply unit itself, and these are the different adapters you get. There's the UK one, but there are European and American ones as well. And then there's a cable that plugs into the dongle and also charges the main tablet itself. And then of course there's the dongle. This is the part that plugs into your OBD port. And this is the main event. It's the GT60 OBD scanning tool. With this you can reset all your service lights, you can scan for any fault codes, you can reset fault codes, you can do just about anything with it, and you can do it on just about any car. And it comes with free 2-year updates, so it's not going to become obsolete anytime soon. So I'm going to stop waffling and go and plug it into my BMW and see if I can reset the service light that's been bugging me for the last 2 years. So I've gone through and completely reset all the service lights. No more service lights. Fantastic. Easy as well. We've got some exclusive discount codes for Practical Performance Car subscribers, but stocks and time are limited. You can use whichever code suits your needs. The codes are on the screen now. And you can get cash back from AliExpress. Join the Practical Performance Car team and get 10% cash back on everything. If you're new to the scheme, you can get an extra 5% cash back on your first order. Click the link in the description and start saving now. Or just scan the QR code that's on the screen.
Watch linkage axle.
Okay.
Just brilliant.
But what they did share was that boat anchor of an Essex V6.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So what have you done about that?
Well, I destroyed 5.
What, Essexes?
Yeah. Well, three blocks, 3 engines, and 5 rebuilds in total.
Right.
So then, Loz, a very good mate who you've interviewed before, he had a Y32 SC hanging around out of an MV6.
What's that? An Omega?
Yeah, Omega. You know, the GM engine that they put in.
So that's a 24 valve V6.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's quite a narrow V6, so it fits beautifully. So he'd fitted the 3 litre, and he had the 3.2 hanging around in his garage.
So this is 3.2.
So when I destroyed my 4th gearbox, I was getting through the 4 gearboxes, every incarnation going.
Yeah.
I just convinced him to sell the engine and gearbox that he had. So I took that and dropped it in. And never looked back.
Well, when you say he drops it in, I mean, how complex was that?
Loz had done it before, and a couple of the guys in the club had done it before, so they sort of set the precedent. Right. But I'd always quite hankered the 3.2. I wanted more performance, and this is my everyday car. I drive it everywhere. I've done 1,000 miles in the last 2 weeks in it. and so I wanted performance as well as that sort of classic old car experience. So it took a bit of work, but actually it went in very well, and just with a little bit of engineering skills and thought through and making sure everything was aligned right.
The box fits in the tunnel, and
oh no, well it did, but I decided, I wanted to cut and have a flat floor. So I cut the tunnel out and made it all nice and whatever.
And it's the Omega box, is it? The 5-speed?
Yeah. But as I said earlier, I get through the boxes, unfortunately.
Right.
The couple of synchros are made of cheesecloth.
Right.
So they're fifth and reverse, so I tend to get through them, and I think I'm on my 6th gearbox. And the last one I paid a lot of money to have rebuilt. And
modified the rear suspension pickup?
Yeah, so basically the trailing arms are standard, they're parallel. And that's good for comfort. But it's a brilliant setup. But I would get axle tramp off the line. Right. So I went online and looked at how drag cars go off and looked at the geometry that they use. And basically, you want the two trailing arms to come to a point somewhere about the gear stick. And you can either do that by lowering the top trailing arm or lifting the bottom or whatever. So I determined that the mounting plate for the trailing arm was quite tall. So I moved it up by about 2 inches, measured it, and so now it goes to that point, and off the line she doesn't wheel spin at all, just tracks. Right. Lovely little S's, size 11s. So we're toying with the idea of maybe, what's the 8 speed that everyone uses now on the back of the BMs and all that sort of thing.
Oh right, that's a ZF, is it?
Type thing,
yeah.
A few guys have done a conversion, so.
Now you said it's your everyday car, and you can probably see in here. There's a huge LPG tank. What's that? How much does that hold?
90 litres.
Right. Okay. So you've got dual fuel on it as well.
Yep.
So how does the management work? You're not using the Omega management, obviously.
No. So when I got the engine, it's covered in sensors and whatever, and you kind of think, well, underneath that there's a cast iron block, aluminium heads. It's just an engine.
Yeah.
So I wanted to strip off all the rubbish and just make it a clean install, which we'll see in a minute. Loz and I think yourselves had recommended a company called Canems for ECU, so I got in touch with them and they did a dual fuel one. Right. So it's basically 2 maps on a switch. One
for the petrol, one for the gas.
Well, you can use it. Some people use it for 2, race map,
right,
road map. But I've got LPG and petrol, so I drive everywhere on LPG, and then I race on petrol.
Fair enough. And how are you finding getting LPG these days? Because
I'm getting harder and harder, and as we've said, it's getting more expensive. So to have 90 litres, filled with fuel is.
Because sometimes it's almost the same price as petrol these days, which is ridiculous.
£1.15, £1.20, that sort of thing.
It completely makes it.
So I've got a small petrol tank, so I'm gonna probably take that out, put in a proper tank, keep the small petrol tank because it's really good for track. You don't get fuel starvation, and have the 2 fuel systems.
Have you had it on a rolling road before?
I did when I first did it, and we had 242.
Wow. So what did the?
But it's not that now. It's dropped off a bit.
We'll wait for a bit, shall we?
There's a train going by, and I thought it was a car for a moment.
Yeah, that was quite unnerving, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What does the Capri S6 V6 3-litre V6 makes? What, I don't know, 140?
Yeah, I think 142 to 149 is the standard.
And it struggles to make that, doesn't it? I mean, it doesn't want to rev it.
So I put in V67 cams.
What are V67 cams?
It's just a profile of it's a mid-sports cam.
Right.
So
what sort of lift? Do you know what sort of lift that's got, or what sort of duration? Or
10 or 11 mil, I think. Right. I have no idea what the duration was, but essentially I think it's 66, 67, 68. 66 is quite mild, 67 is medium.
These are aftermarket cams.
Yeah, but I can't remember the name of the factory, but it's quite standard. And because I use it for the road, I didn't want it all out. So I had big valve heads.
Right.
That was a story. Someone sold me an engine that they said was good, and when I obviously got it home, it was just the bottom end was blown.
I've heard that before.
But it had high big valve heads.
Big valve heads, right.
And I thought, great, that would teach you, because he obviously didn't realise.
So you've got 242 bhp,
But that's out of the different engine.
Ah, right.
Yeah. So with the S6, I could only get 160, 150 max, even with the mods.
So but with this, you've got like 100 bhp more.
Yeah.
That's quite a jump, isn't it?
It's quite exciting.
So what have you done? Yeah, I bet it is.
It is, it's epic. It pulls like a train.
I bet it does. What? The back axle's basically a jag centre, isn't it?
Yeah,
so that's
but
strong.
I've got the power lock in it.
You've got the power lock.
Yeah,
diff.
I've got rear disc conversion.
Right.
Okay.
It's got 4 trailing arms already.
Yeah, and Watts linkage.
Right.
So all that's been set up. Yeah. And we tuned the suspension. So we took
because the front suspension's basically Triumph Herald, isn't it, on these?
Triumph, yeah, but it's double.
Oh, sorry, detest then.
Yeah,
all right.
No. But no, let's say TR6.
Oh, okay.
It sounds better, doesn't it? It's double wishbone.
Yeah.
And the only the weak point is the
trunnions are a bit weak, aren't
but
they?
you've just got to keep them lubricated, and that's all.
Yeah.
And you know, I've been doing this for 10 years, and I drive very hard everywhere, and it's
all right.
It's just like any old car, you need maintenance, don't you?
Yeah. But you think you might have hurt the engine slightly lately?
I did notice. I said I've done 1,000 miles in the last week.
Yeah.
Or sorry, 2 weeks.
So you literally use this thing all year round?
Yeah. So this week alone, well, the last 2 weeks, I've driven from Oakhampton to Bristol, to Trowbridge, and to Helston 3 times.
Right.
So that's 1,000 miles.
Right.
And then last night went to my daughter's in it. Took my wife.
Right.
She fell asleep.
She fell asleep in here with the roll cage.
Well, she was very tired, so I put the earphones on her. He just noised out me. And then I had a little play with the BMW.
And she slept through it.
She slept through it.
God, you've.
It was fun. It was dark.
Yeah.
You know, I know the A30 quite well.
Right. Well, I'd like you to show me around some of the dinks and dents on this thing, because they've all got a story behind them, haven't they?
Plenty of them. Plenty of them.
Let's go and have a look at some of them.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah. What happened here, Mike? It's a bit of track around.
Yeah. South Hams Motor Club do an annual rally test day, so I'm a member. Yeah. So you turn up, and there's 55 Mark 1 and Mark 2 escorts, and there's a 2-mile circuit that they've made on an airfield, and some of it is set out with these very large bales, 550 kilograms. And so you're going round all day, and at one point my foot slipped off the brake. I think it probably had a bit of cow muck on it, on my foot, literally. And I hit the 550 kilogram bale, and I knocked the bale over, and I reversed and went on. With the engine itself, if you notice the HT system, it actually comes out the back, and the water comes out the back, and everything comes out the back of the engine. So I kind of thought, that lends itself to having a tidy install. So I fabricated all the pipes, all the electrics, everything, so that they're routed from the back underneath the starter motor and the alternator, and come out to the front. And that's why I've got a clean engine bay. So there's no wires, no waterworks. The water pump's at the front, but the outlet is at the back. Oh, I see. And then all the LPG system is here, so it comes up underneath. So it's typical vanity, so it looks really nice, but it was a lot of work to get right. And then when something goes wrong, you've invariably got to take 10 bits of pipe or electrics or whatever to get to what's wrong, and that's happened quite a few times. But it still looks good, doesn't it?
It does, Mike. Yeah. It's great. Like it grew there.
Pardon?
Like it grew there.
Yeah, it's brilliant. But it's a narrow V6, which is quite rare. 54 degrees.
Oh, it's not 60 degrees?
No.
Oh.
And I think there's
Why did they pick 54 degrees?
I have no idea. But it lends itself. So I actually cut, so the bulkhead had 3 layers. One is a sort of to the cabin, and then there was another one for sort of air, and then another one I think just to keep it looking pretty. So I cut the first 2 away, moved the engine back as far as I possibly could, but without compromising the first bulkhead.
Well back as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's behind the front axle.
Oh, well behind.
Yeah. So I've actually got a 50-50 weight distribution.
Have you?
And working with Loz, he understood the physics around the suspension. So what we did was weigh the car on a weighbridge, front and back and complete, and then you take all the suspension components off and you do the sprung and unsprung weight, and then you take all the angles of the suspension and the all the bits and bobs, and then you can put it into a spreadsheet, and he'll go, do you want oversteer or understeer? And I'll go, well, obviously a bit of oversteer, please. And he comes back and says, right, okay, you want £475 on the front and £220 on the rear. Right. And that was it, and it transformed the handling. Whereas before it sort of bounced around a bit, now it just, it's rock solid round corners. It's like it's on rails.
Is this some kind of, well, what is that?
It's covering up a hole. So what happened, I was reversing near where I live, and I'd cricked my neck racing, and what I didn't realise, I was reversing slowly, but the door had come open and it hit a concrete post and it went back 180 degrees. So I had to weld in a new A post.
Oh, because there's metals
set
into the fiberglass.
But I just didn't really think about it, and I didn't get it quite right, so the door's a bit wonky.
What's happened to these front brakes then, Mike?
They're Willwood calipers with Rover 820 coupe discs.
Here, there's a bit of the front arch missing here.
Yeah, so I can drift now, and I was trying to do it.
Intentionally or not?
Well, both. I am known for being exuberant, but I used to spin all the time, but I've managed to stop spinning and start drifting. And I hit a mud bank quite hard doing a Scandinavian flick. Anyway, I didn't think nothing of it, and then when I put my wet weather wheels on to go to France racing, they were larger diameter and they fouled the arch, so I got my angle grinder out. On the way to the ferry, literally, I got the angle grinder out, cut the arch off, and got back in and drove on. That's it.
Thanks, Mike.
That was fun.
It was fun. I'm sorry about your clutch.
As I said, precision clutches in Somerset, I've got them on speed dial, so honestly, this is probably the, I don't know, 12th, 13th, 14th clutch I've had in 4 years, so 5 years. So.
You've got to go to France in a couple of weeks, haven't you?
Yeah, so I have to drop the box. My wife won't be impressed because she thinks all I do is either work in the garage or work on the car.
Well, I have a feeling she might have a point.
Well, I can smell the clutch, can you?
I can smell the clutch. It's time to go home. Yeah. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe and share. Share it with your friends, share it with your granny, share it with your kids, anyone you know, people you don't know. And if you really want to help us on Practical Performance Car, please consider becoming a Patreon member.
Yeah.
It starts from very little a week, £2, I think.
It's a brilliant form, brilliant magazine. Can I just give a quick shout out to the Scimitar Club?
SSUC. They've helped you a lot, haven't they?
Kev Osborne, fantastic club. They love the cars and they love what people do to them, so they're not purists. Just turn up and enjoy the car.
Excellent, good on them.
And obviously my wife and 2 girls who just put up with it all.
Okay.
But lovely, really nice to meet you, mate,
and lovely to meet you too.
As I said, I recognise that moustache a mile off. You know?
Thanks a lot, see you next time. Cheers.
Cheers.